So this is a video that I've been wanting to do for a while. It's my 1 year kind of wrap up and review and kind of in-depth talk about my Canyon Ultimate. The Ultimate CFSL 8.0 disc, I believe, is the full name for it. It's the Ultegra 11-speed 8100 with the hydraulic discs, obviously, and the non-DI2 for it, and I believe it retails for $2,800. The 2019 bike hasn't changed at all, except it did get the upgraded carbon fiber bar stem combo, the CP10, I believe, but all the measurements are the same on it, same bar, width, reach depth, stem length, all that sort of stuff. So no changes component-wise, so it's actually a little bit better bike. It's got a little bit nicer stem combo on there for the same price. So the stats on this, so I have put my notes here, and so I got it on June, my first ride was June 30th of 2018, today's the 27th of 19, so it's just under a year, and in that year I put 5,919 miles on it, so I feel like I got a pretty good handle on how it feels and how it rides, and can give an honest review on it. My first ride on it on June 30th was a 68-mile ride, so right off the bat I went straight into a long ride on it to get a feel for it. Took me 3 hours 46 minutes at an 18.7 mile an hour average, and I just recently did here in Dallas one of our South Loops, which is the big, probably the biggest group ride that the folks around here do. Did a 77.67 mile South Loop on there in 3 hours and 53 minutes. So I can see that 5,900 miles of riding in the past year is definitely paying off. 20 mile an hour average on there, so I was getting faster on a similar length ride for sure. I've been averaging 120 to 140 miles a week. Probably 80% of that is on this bike either, and of that, 80% of that is on the road. The last 20% is on Zwift and on the Wahoo Kicker. Biggest ride, I did a 100-mile ride on it. A ton of 35 to 45-mile loops. It's probably 70% of the miles I put on it were my morning loops with my neighbor. And then a fair amount of 60 to 70 mile rides. So I've done a pretty good range of rides on it, so I do kind of have a sense of how it feels in different lengths. All right, so I think I go over a little bit of the build and what I changed on it. I haven't changed much. This is still, believe it or not, the original chain on here. That's actually the first thing that's gonna get up. Maintenance-wise, it's going to be changed. I do have a chain for it. That thing's probably shot. Still have the original brake pads on there, although the rear is getting down pretty close to the bar, so that's going to be another maintenance item that gets replaced as well. Original tape on here. So the only things that I've changed, I swapped out the 25 Continental GP 4000 S2s. It came with 25s on here. I have 28s on here now, and that's what I had on there from about mile 500 or so. I just wanted a little bit more comfort with the wider tires. And what else did I do? Swapped out I think they're DT Swiss P1800 spline wheels. Swapped those out for a set of 38 millimeter deep, 25 millimeter wide carbon clinchers from Far Sports, built up with Sapim CX-Ray spokes and DT, 350 straight pull hubs. They've been awesome. I've had those for maybe about somewhere between mile 500 and 1,000 when I swapped those out. And I've already had another set of Far Sport carbon wheels, and they're just flawless, just great Chinese straight from manufacturer carbon wheels. And then other minor things, obviously the bottle cages, eBay set of lights on there, but the main items, none of the and actually I did throw on a set of Stages Gen 3 power meter cranks on the non-drive side. But other than that, everything, the drivetrain is all stock, still the stock cassette on there. I kept the 110 stem on here, but I'll talk about the sizing. That's where I think I may want to play around with it. I think a 100 millimeter stem might fit me a little bit better. I can kind of feel when I'm up out of the saddle, down in the drops, sprinting, and I think it's just due to so this is a large frame. I think it's just due to the fact that I might be a little bit more stretched out, and I can feel the rear end, you know, when I'm just hammering out of the saddle, I can feel the rear end kind of almost like hopping or just kind of get floaty in the back, and I think a shorter, more compact bike would have my body weight over the back and kind of mitigate that. But I'm still comfortable on the bike. I obviously have enough seat post out and I'm plenty stretched out, but I just think a little bit shorter stem might compensate for the frame being a little bit longer than what I'm used to riding. Okay, so that's components. All right, here I figure we could go see some of the detail and the cool features on it that I really think stand out. First of all, and you've probably seen a lot of this stuff, the seat binder bolt is really cool and it's nicely integrated inside there. Moving up, the post itself is super comfortable. You can actually see that. You can look down while you're riding and see the post flex as you're hitting potholes, which is really cool. It's not enough. It doesn't really feel anything sideways. It's just the up and down movement, which is kind of nice. So you know you're getting a little bit of compliance there. The only other kind of item to note is the housing routing is just super clean on here. You can see where it goes in there. A little detail, you can see the cable for the front derailleur. Let's see if I can just stick my finger here. Right through here, so it's super clean, and there's a little rubber boot on it. And then the routing is very tidy for the rear derailleur as well. And then it's all integrated for the brake lines. And it does have, I don't know if this comes on everything, but it did have the quick release. I haven't had to use them, but these are quick release hydraulic hose items on here. I believe it's a 10 millimeter there that you can utilize to pop these apart without losing too much fluid. I'd still probably want to bleed them, but it is cool that is included on the bike. Durability wise, the only things that have happened are there's a metal chain slap piece there that started to bend back, so I just pulled it off because I didn't want it to start hitting inside there. That'll just need to be super glued on. And I actually took this off. I still have this, but I was using my kicker. I have to have a through bolt or a through axle adapter on there, so it comes through outside here, whereas they give you this nice little arrow cover on that. Other than that, obviously the bike is filthy. This is just straight off my 48-mile ride this morning. Maybe I can get it cleaned up and show you how it looks after nearly 6,000 miles and 1 full year. But overall, I've been very impressed with the bike. Have no problems recommending it and have really enjoyed it. And now kind of want to try an air road. So let me know if anybody has any of those and what you think. See ya.